Last video, I showed you guys, well, I told you guys that you need to be flexible and that you shouldn't neglect training your flexibility. But I didn't show you the exercises that I was doing. So that's what this video is for, to show you guys how to get more flexible. And this one is going to be very simple. Just some things that you can do to start out if you have just completely neglected training flexibility. I'm going to get right into it because I don't want to take up your whole day. And I know I'm entertaining. I know a lot of you like to look at me in weird ways. Well, some of you who watch weird videos. I'm going to show you the first stretch that we're going to get over, and the camera angles a little. This stretch will require you to go and touch the bottom, touch your toes, or as far as you can go. I'm going to show you what it looks like touching your toes. You go like this, and you should feel your hamstrings, or not even your hamstrings really, but the bottom of your hamstrings go straight and electrify through the calves. That's what it should feel like. And you just want to plant your feet into the ground and lift that butt up a little bit into the air. And that's how you get into a deeper stretch. And you gotta hold that for 30 seconds. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the side. I need to stop raising my eyebrow up for the videos because it look crazy. But from the side, this is what it looks like. You get a better view. Boom. And then just plant and lift the butt up. If you're lifting the butt up, the gluteus maximus, you'll kind of feel the butt get a little striation, I guess. I'm not going to show you what it looks like for this next stretch. It is going to be a side-to-side motion. But yeah, you guys are going to see how it really works. So basically, you want to spread those legs out. Oop, get the crock out the way. Okay, you want to spread those legs out. You want to look like this. Jordan signal, sign or logo, whatever. But, here we go, side to side. And you should feel it right there. Now, you can take it a little bit deeper, like I do, and do it like this a little bit. Get those toes out a little bit, like that. Basically, to go a little bit deeper, you go huh, and huh. Now, that way you engage the glutes, which is really important to your body, your glutes. You need your glutes because without them, you can't really walk that well. Now, if you go like that, you're going to feel a little bit of activation in your knees, and it determines and shows you whether your knees are straight or not. Now, if your knees ain't straight, here's another simple stretch that you can do to get your knees in place. It's just sit. Let me back up a little bit. It's a couple of variations you can do. So I'm gonna show you the simple one all the way to the most like stressful one. Okay, it's just standing like this and then squatting down, and it's just your heels are elevated. You're just sitting on your toes. This, if your knees is bad, and I hope your knees ain't that bad. If your knees is this bad, it's bad, real bad, then this is a stretching position for you. If they ain't that bad, you can spread your legs out a little bit more and do it just a deep old squat and sit there like that. If your knees is still a little bit bad, then you might feel a little bit. And also this kind of helps out your hips a little bit too as well. But if you're not feeling it there, that means you can go a little bit further. So you want to poke your elbows into it, and now you can kind of feel it in your knees, more in your hips, and your hip flexors. But me personally, I can't feel it because my knees is too good. So you gotta take it a little bit deeper. Now, what you gotta do, if you can do it, is you gotta sit on your knees. And I'm gonna show you how that look. Hold on. Boom. Oh, wait, you gotta back up. The camera ain't an angle. You go boom like this, and you just want to sit down. Now, you may not feel it at first, or you may actually feel it because it's extremely painful if you've never done it before. But me personally, I can't feel it right now. But I will feel it later once I get up. Now, there's another way you can do this if you can't feel it and you need a deeper stretch, that is leaning back a little bit. Now, once you lean back a little bit, you can start to feel it in the knees. Now, I'm telling you, this thing, if you do it at each level, depending on how flexible you are, you can feel it a little bit more. Now, me personally, I could go a little bit deeper than this, leaning back. But I ain't gonna show that. But wait, we gonna say that for later. Now, that's how you stretch your knees out. Now, if you want to stretch your hip flexors out, I say go back to this position and squat down and poke your legs out with your elbows. That's gonna get your hips right. Now, you can take it a little bit deeper, a little bit, by what I'm about to do. Going like this, sitting down, and pulling your knee, pushing your knees down to the ground. Basically like this. Now I can't go that far. My hip flexors ain't that well like others. But you just try to get your knees down to the ground as far as possible. So for some people might look like this. You just go down each time. Pull your heels closer together and just try to get your knees as low as possible, as close to the ground. And you get a real nice hip flexor stretch. Now, if you want a little bit mobility and a stretch into it, then this is what you do. You're gonna get up off the floor or ground or carpet, and you wanna do a little bit of this. You can either grab onto something too as well and do it, but I just go like this. And I do a little circle. Now this is gonna show if you got any imbalances in your hips or whatnot. Like for me, this one go around, no problem. This other one, it goes around with a little bit of a wonky pop, a little bit. But that's kind of how you stretch out your hip flexors. I can show you a little bit more though, because there's more you can do with your hip flexors. Now, if you really got space and you really ain't feeling it like that, you can go ahead and take it a little bit further, and you can go ahead. Let me step to the side a little bit because my space ain't that spacious. You go ahead and do some leg kicks to the side. You can go up. You can go. So the next thing you want to stretch out is your glutes. Don't neglect the glutes because, like I said earlier, it's a big part of how your body functions and moves. You need your glutes to move your body. It's a strong vessel or muscle in your body. Okay. So for the glutes, like the first stretch we did before, you want to do exactly that with a twist. So instead of just going all the way down like this, you want to push your butt back and basically do an RDL. And you get a bit of a glute stretch there. Now you can stretch your legs out a little bit and do the same thing. It targets more of the inner side of the glutes rather than the outside of the glutes. You'll see, well, actually, I would say it targets either one more, but you kind of get a full spectrum side of it. When your legs are closer together, when you do it, you're kind of just getting the outer side of it on the lower end. But when you spread your legs out a little bit, you kind of get more of a full-on stretch inside of it. But that's how you do a stretch for the glutes. Now it's time to do the back. The back is kind of difficult to do because there's only so many movements and rotations and stretches that you can do to make sure it's flexible. Now, when you get more advanced into stretching, you can do a little bit more. Every time I wake up, I get up and I go and I stretch my arms up. I put them together. I just I lean back a little bit and I just reach up for the stars. I close my eyes, I take a few deep breaths. And I just reach up and my lower back is getting a little bit of a stretch. Now that's like basic. That's the basic thing you can do. Or what else I like to do is, and it's when you stretch, it's a lot of touching your toes and reaching on the touching the ground and whatnot. What else I like to do is spread my legs out a little bit, and then basically I just reach to one side, and I kind of get a stretch on one side. For the cobra stretch, you got to get down on the ground, and basically, oh, this is what it looks like. So basically, you pushing your hips all the way onto the ground, and you're lifting your body up, your torso up, and you want that back to just round up, just like a bow. Now we are on to the arms. This is how you stretch out your arms and make sure they are as stretchable as possible, as flexible as possible. And yeah, this is the last part to your beginner's stretchability. So we're gonna keep it simple, like we have this whole video. You're gonna do it like this: arm across the body. You hold that for 30 seconds. Arm across the body. Hold that for 30 seconds. Turn around, arm like this. Push it down. Push your head back. Hold that for 30 seconds. And you do it with the other hand. Push your head back into it. Push down on the elbow. Hold for 30 seconds. Now, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, this is how you do it. So, then you find a wall. You're going to put your arm like this. You're going to just sit there on your elbow, on your shoulder. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like from behind. So, boom, boom, push. Hold those for 30 seconds. And there you go. You have become the most stretchable, beginner, flexible weight. Like that, you have become the most flexible you can be as a beginner. And those will carry you out for the first month or so of becoming flexible. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more.